Hey, everybody. I'm Miss Melinda. I'll get it out in a minute. I can get to talking. And looks like Melinda and Piggy are the ones in here right now. I tell you, Miss Melinda.
There's Kim Burris.
Okay, hi, Kim. Piggy got it before I did that Kim's in here. And Mama Bear Christine, hello.
Mama Bear.
Yeah, the high winds break some limbs. We get them out here broken all the time. Yeah, I got to share. We just got some brand new, great, wonderful, miraculous news for us. Tank is home. Uh, Tank has been missing for a week and a half. I guess he went on a walkabout somewhere. And Piggy and I had wrote him off because he's never been gone longer than 4 or 5 days. And I went to the door a while ago and let the cats in, and I thought Fancy had come in. And I looked back out to see if Darla wanted in, and well, Fancy was on the front porch. So I said, well, okay. I looked around. I saw a gray cat sitting at the feed bowl. I said, well, okay. Gray came in. And Fancy and Darla, neither one came in, so I shut the door and went about doing my thing. Well, I heard him meowing. The cat went out. Didn't sound like Gray. And Piggy and I got to looking, and I went over and looked, and it was Tank standing there. He's the one that had come in to eat. So, thank God Tank is alive. And he made it home. Indiana Chris, hello. Welcome in. Well, I just had to share that with y'all because usually when we're talking about the kitties and stuff, most times if we talk about they're gone, they're gone. But this time, he's back. And I'm so thankful for that. Truly thankful. And I will tell y'all, we do have trivia tonight. It is going to be on edible wild plants. So hopefully y'all know y'all's wild plants that are edible. I knew some of them. I didn't know all of them. Let's see. Piggy and I have done our week's work. Can't think of anything right off other than going to the store once or twice that we've done other than that. Nothing major going on. Now his aunt did ask yesterday if they were open today, if she would be coming today. We told her no, that she wouldn't be back till Monday. That kind of upset her. She wanted to go back to daycare today. Hey, Miss Teresa, welcome in.
Teresa Gay.
He had to have been out tomcatting, Chris. He's the only one that's not fixed.
And there ain't nothing for him around here, so he's got to go travel.
Yeah. All of our kitties got fixed before they turned a year old.
He don't look no worse for wear either, so
no,
he's been eating.
He's been eating. He's still sleek and lean like he was after he lost the weight, but he's still muscular.
Yeah.
And when I picked him up, yeah, I make him pay a toll, especially that one because he don't like to be held. If he bugs me in any way, I make him pay a toll by picking him up and petting him. Well, because he's been gone so long, I made him pay a toll. He had to be picked up and be held and rubbed on and loved on. And he didn't feel no lighter than the last time I held him. And I think Fancy's out now since she came in. Well, Melinda, he might have a girlfriend. I don't know. We've got a yellow cat that hangs around outside sometimes. I don't know if it's
male or female.
Yeah, we don't know if it's male or female.
I hope it's male because I don't want no unfixed female around here and Tank get a hold of it.
I'm saying.
I don't want a round three.
I'm saying we don't got no kitties. Don't want no more kitties. We got the ones that God has given us. We don't want no more. Chris said, send him up there. Lucy wants him. Chris, you might not want him if you got him. We swear he's part bobcat just by looking at him.
Got a lot of features of a bobcat.
He has the size, shape, and look of a bobcat's head. He has the
It's
markings.
not as big as a bobcat, but it's kind of shaped like it.
Yeah. Will you let her out, please?
Yeah.
He's got the markings of a bobcat. He's gray, but he's got a long tail and not the short tail.
But his claws are curved like a bobcat. His teeth are curved like a bobcat. He's not any trouble.
No, he's not in trouble. Hey, Mama Linda. Teresa, he's been gone. Let's see, this past Wednesday was a week. So that was right at 8 days. So Thursday, Friday, so 19. He's been gone 11 days.
Usually after 5, it's a done deal.
Yeah. He's too old to do the snip, Melinda. They say once they reach a certain age, it can be very hard on them. And since we don't personally have any unfixed cats other than him, I'm not worried about it.
As much as he likes to go out, I wouldn't deprive him of his abilities.
Right. If she's going in to heat that off, and you might need to get her fixed, Chris.
Going out, Greg?
Which usually Tank don't go off that often. Since we've had him probably, I want to say, for a little over 3 years. He came up with a little bit. And
yeah, he's more a little bit brought to us.
Yeah. And he was already close to a year old, if not more, at that time. He was still kittenish in the fact that he was learning to hunt. A little bit taught him to hunt.
He was quite a year old yet.
Yeah, he might not have been quite a year old. A few months old. Yeah, about 7, 8 months old. But we've had him, like I said, for about 3 years. And in that 3 years, this is the 4th time he's gone off. Most times when he goes off, he stays gone for about 4 days. So I don't start really worrying about him until it's past the 4-day mark. And when it became a week, he's gone. And like I said, opened the door a while ago, let him in, and didn't even realize it was him because I wasn't paying that much attention. I wasn't looking for him. I had already let him go in my mind. But he's back. He'll be back. He'll eat. Everybody's saying hi. That's a good thing. Oh, man. Excuse me. Yeah, I went to bed. I want to say it was Tuesday or Wednesday. I went to bed at 8:30. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. Might have been Sunday. I went to bed at 8:30. Can't remember. My days are all together. But y'all, I slept and I slept. And I got up the next morning and I was wide awake. And then I come home. I went to bed and I slept for another 3 hours. I was so tired. I wore out. Totally wore out. Oh, Mom Linda, I got a question. Do you have another account? Because we had one in here that had that L on it instead of your picture. Was there something wrong with yours that you had to do another one, or? Because if that's not yours, I need to go in and change it. Change the stuff on it. Where I made it a mod. He made Melinda, but he went right back out after he grabbed him something to eat. He was determined he gonna go outside. 93 degrees. I don't know what it is outside. They said it's supposed to be getting warmer the next few days. Yeah, Mom Linda, I'm one of those too. If I'm tired at 5:30 in the afternoon, I'm gonna go to bed at 5:30 in the afternoon. It depends on how I'm feeling and what's going on. Someone else made it. Okay. So it's not your account. That means I need to go in and remove them as mod. Heat index was 102. Hot, humid, windy. What's our temperature up there, Piggy, for outside?
85.
Hey, that's good. It's 85 here. It ain't that hot yet. All right, Mama Linda. So I know, just so I know, that's what I needed to know. I know you weren't feeling good there for a while. I know you got health problems. Keep in your prayers. All right, I'll do that. I'll have to do it after my live stream. That's okay. Oh, man. Let's see. I take it she didn't go out when you opened the door for her. She being a pain. Let's see. What else we got going on? I'm trying to think, y'all. My mind ain't working. Been getting caught up on my laundry. Got everything washed but a comforter and a quilt. And I think I'm doing pretty good. Topic for trivia tonight, Chris, is edible wild plants. And I learned some stuff. And as we go through it, I can tell you what I learned. Your Facebook's been deleted.
Hey.
Mama Linda's.
Huh.
Says she can't get on the Facebook now. It's been deleted.
Huh.
Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you so much. Mama Linda should do some good stuff. So that means if your Facebook's been deleted, you don't have Messenger either. I saw where you left a post about 165 days. A comment on one of my videos.
165 days.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Hey, Fancy Pantsy. I thought you went outside, girlfriend. Hey, Josie, welcome in. Okay. We fixing to get started on the trivia. It's about that time. Y'all, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for video for Monday. Gonna be hard to top that from yesterday though. Them lobster rolls were good.
They're pretty good.
Josie said, "Where's Piggy? He's over here playing on his phone. He's back in the background." Oh man. Okay, let's figure out what am I doing here. Okay. Do that. Question number 1. There are hundreds of this species of plant. 110 of them are edible. What is it? I don't know if Piggy's behind or It's just that much of a lag between the video and the or the
That's
restream.
not what it usually does.
No. Again, there are hundreds of this species of plant. 110 of them are edible. What is it? Yep, Chris, Piggy's in the background over here. Somewhere over here.
Somewhere out there.
Tracy, I didn't see you go live since I've been with my mom all day. Hey, spending time with mom's a good thing. Teresa says asparagus. Listen, wouldn't want to follow my butt on those. Chris says agave. Linda said asparagus. Spelling is off for me. Well, I'm going to tell you, it's not asparagus and it's not agave. It is a much bigger plant. And this plant can be used not only to eat, but it can also be used to make flooring, fishing poles, caught at the right growth cycle. You can make clothing out of it. You can weave baskets or mats out of it. It is a very versatile plant. Teresa says bamboo. Chris says cactus. Kim says bamboo. Josie telling everyone hi. Okay. Oh, Darla's in here too. Okay, I didn't know she was in. Linda said, bamboo. Chris says, okay, bamboo then. And it is bamboo. And what is shown there are the actual bamboo shoots that are cut for eating. But it's something else I'd never thought about much in that regard because I know that bamboo it grows wild, but there's a lot of people that also plant it, and they grow it domestically. But it is considered a wild plant. All right, going on to question number 2. We'll go ahead and get this up. If I can think about it. Okay, do this again. Swap them around. There we go. Question number 2. This particular type of cactus is many branched with broad, flat pads. It grows from April to June and can be found from Canada to Argentina. What kind is it? And I will tell you that the red parts on top are the edible parts. Yeah, Teresa, it is cactus. What type of cactus? Yeah, Chris, bamboo is used for a lot of things. Yeah, that's on top of fishing pole. My mama used was a bamboo cane pole. Yeah, I've seen people use bamboo for drinking cups. I even saw a video about where they put some kind of liquid in it. They'll drill a hole in the bamboo, put liquid in it, and then seal it up and let it sit in there and ferment. And then when the bamboo gets larger, they will, and they get ready to cut it, they will have an alcoholic beverage. Linda says Nepalese. Kim says prickly pear. Chris said six-toed cactus. Teresa says prickly pear. Lisa makes jelly out of everything. Yeah, I was going for what type of cactus it is, and it is a prickly pear cactus. Um, you cut off the pink tops to it, then slice them, and you eat the insides of those. Now, I guess the pads can be eaten as well, but from what I was looking at when I looked this up, it is mainly um, the pink parts, the buds on top. But it is called prickly pear cactus. Yep, Chris, they do look like a pear. And I guess to get the prickly part because they got the stickers on them. Oh yeah, Teresa, she sent me, I think, the pineapple habanero and the watermelon. I think it was watermelon. They were both good. Loved them. And I ever get to making my own jams and jellies again, I'll make me some jam and jelly. All right, number 3. Do this. Number 3 says, this North American native has been eaten and used in medicine for hundreds of years. Look for the daisy-like flower that features petals popping out of a center cone. What is it? What is it? Excuse me. And I will accept either name that it is called. The polycystic green. Yeah, the polycystic green part of the cactus pads. Linda says black-eyed seasons. Very similar to a black-eyed Susan, but not a black-eyed Susan. Chris says coneflower. Teresa says coneflower. Linda says black-eyed Susans. Again, Linda, very close, but not quite. They are in the same family, I think, but they are 2 totally different plants. Just like they look like daisies, but they're not daisies. Oh, I'm glad you asked, Miss Melinda. There is another name for a coneflower. It is called echinacea. And the reason that they are called coneflowers is that the center of that forms a cone, and the petals actually come out of that cone. Yeah, they're beautiful. I guess that would be my second favorite right there after daisies, because I love daisies, and those remind me of daisies. But yeah, they are coneflower, and they get the name coneflower because of the cone in the center that the petals come out of. But the other name that they are known by again is echinacea, and we all know that echinacea is a medicinal use for it. Yep, just see they are a dark yellow with a dark black center. And the center on those is made the exact same way the center on a daisy is, only that it is a black center where the daisy has the yellow center. That's the only 2 differences, or the only differences in the black-eyed Susans and the daisy. It is a flat center just like the daisy has. Chris says, I love zinnias. Zinnias are pretty. I love all plants. I just, some of them just I favor more than others, but the coneflowers I think are beautiful. And this just me. I love wildflowers. If I had my choice of a wildflower over a hothouse flower, it's going to be wildflowers every day. I love daylilies, tiger lilies, all that. My grandmother raised those, so I grew up around them and I love them. Okay, take that off. And all right, on to number 4. This is an underappreciated plant that far too many people are eager to eliminate. They are nutritious, easy to find, and taste wonderful. You can make wine, jam, jelly, and even eat the greens from this plant. What is it? You're very welcome, Melinda. Like I said, I learn something new every week. I do. Um, I like learning things on here. Oh, asters are beautiful. Kim says dandelion. Chris says dandelion. Mama Linda says dandelions. Melinda says daffodils. Melinda says I mean dandelion. Oh, well, all of you that said dandelion, y'all got it right. It is a dandelion. And so many people don't like them. They think they look ugly or they're just a weed. If they're a weed, they're a very beneficial weed. I'll put it that way. And I would love to someday have a patch of ground that has enough dandelions for me to be able to pick the dandelions so I can make dandelion tea, dandelion jam, or jelly, um, and even have enough greens for Piggy and I to eat. Yeah, Joe says they do. They make great teas, jellies. Like I said, I know people make dandelion wine. Um, I know the greens are edible. It's something that pretty much every part of it is something you can eat or use beneficially. I thought people were crazy when I first heard about them making dandelion wine out of them, and then I got to learning that it's something that's been used for hundreds of years, if not more. People making the wine, the jelly, the teas, and all that out of it. It makes you wonder, when did we stop doing things like that? When did we start considering it just a weed instead of something that's beneficial? Oh, I can imagine them tasting like honey because of the fact that bees are all over them. Yep, crocked fermented mint. Yeah. Well, Miss Melinda, if I were closer, I would, my darling. I would. But I tell you, it amazes me how little we actually know about the wild edible foods anymore because we've gone to what's more convenient. And it's not anything against any one particular person. It's just the fact that over the years we've moved away from it because we have medicine from the pharmacies now instead of having to make our own and make do, or we have convenient groceries instead of having to go out and scavenge and get what we get out of the wild. And a lot of kids and people have lost that ability over the years. And I'll admit, I am just learning about things like that we can eat. I knew about poke salad. I didn't know about a lot of this other stuff until the last 10, 15 years. And I'm truly amazed at what we've lost. And it really makes me think, are we better off than our ancestors were or not? Because if we can't survive without um, being able to, having to buy things at the store, if we can't go out and look at what's out in our backyard, out in the woods behind us or whatever, and know what is edible, are we better off than the ones that were able to just walk outside and pick what they wanted to eat and go on? I don't know that I'm better off. Oh wow! I wonder if that would be anything like eating squash blossoms, because I know you can do that with squash blossoms too. At half acres worth of dandelions, that would be nice. All right, let's see where I'm at. Yeah, y'all, I get into my deep thinking sometimes, and I tell Piggy sometimes. I said I have a mind full of useless knowledge, and I just thinking about yesterday. We were riding around, and something popped into my head. Piece of knowledge. That's right, Chris. Right there. They don't teach it in schools. They don't teach anything in schools anymore. Hey, Buck, welcome in. What do you call a cantaloupe thrown into a lake? I have no idea. Fish food? But the piece of useless knowledge that I was telling Piggy about yesterday, it doesn't pertain to food. It's just something popping in. Is that the letter A does not show up in any number until the number 1,000 if you are writing it out. Bugs is watermelon. Okay, that's cool. I get it. Now, if you're writing out all the numbers, one through whatever, the letter A does not appear in any number until the number 1,000. I just thought that was an interesting piece of knowledge. See, that's the kind of stuff I have floating in my head. Just so y'all know. All right. Let me get on with these. We're on number 5. Not counting money, Chris, just counting numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not adding anything else to it, just numbers. 1,000 is the first time an A will appear. Number 5. This plant has light pink to dark pink flowers with 5 petals. When the fruit forms, they are round or pear shaped and orange or red in color. What is it? I told you when I put you out this morning to go find your brothers and sisters, and you did, little girl. You did good. You lost a lot of weight, sissy. You used to be the fattest kitty out here. I need to swap that around so y'all can see that better, don't I? There you go. Chris says, I wanted money. I'm bumping heads with Sneezer, y'all. Buck says kumquat. Chris says primrose. Linda says strawberry. Linda says cherries. Kim says kumquat spelling. I had a feeling this one might get you. If I had shown you the other picture of it, I know it would have gotten you because not seeing the petals, I wouldn't have known what it was. Josie says cherry blossom. These are all great guesses. But this is something that's rarely ever seen because when we see these, or see the domestic variety of this particular plant, they are long stemmed with thorns and multiple layers of petals. And this one is actually, the wild version of it is called a wild rose. Because it might be current. No, it is a wild rose. Yep, Teresa Roses. This is the wild variety. Um, they grow on bushes, very similar to um, the like the brambles and stuff of a uh, blackberry bush. Chris is rigged. Well, you know it. It's got to be rigged. Mama Linda's always saying I'm rigged. But this is a wild rose, and I think it's probably one of the prettiest of the roses of the rose family. And it's technically, I think, the rose hips that are collected from that and that are used. Okay. This next one I knew nothing about and learned something. Let me see if I can get in here and get this one. I'm going to do that. Let's give y'all a better view of that. Treasure Hunter Neil, welcome in. Beth at BNS Odyssey, hello, welcome in. All right, number 6. This is the only native tea plant in North America. Again, the only native tea plant in North America. A cup of tea from this plant contains as much caffeine as your average cup of coffee. What is its name? And for everybody that's just coming in, this is edible wild plants that we're doing tonight. Teresa said, it's that pepper. Nope, not pepper, but that's a good guess. Chris said boysenberries. Not boysenberries, but a good guess. I had never heard of it, but I found out that you can buy it through Amazon as the tea in tea bags. A little expensive. 50 tea bags is like $24 or something. But if it's full of caffeine, I might start ordering some, drink a cup every now and then. I don't know, but I could use a cup now. I think I could use a cup all the time, to be honest. Neil says, hello, Piggy.
No.
Piggy in the background over there playing his game. The name of this plant, like I said, I'd never heard of it until I was doing this last night. It's called Japan holly. Yaupon holly. Holly.
It looks like the birds is on them bushes across that line.
It does, but this is what this is called, Japan holly. It is the only native tea plant in the in North America.
Tea plant?
This is a tea plant. It has as much caffeine per cup as an average cup of coffee. Yep.
Wonder how much that costs.
50 tea bags is $23 and something.
Ouch!
Yeah. Or you can get it mixed with ginger and some other spices, and you can get, I think it's 24 tea bags for $23 or something.
Still.
Yeah. But yeah, I did not know we had a native tea plant to North America. Found this and oh well, that sounds interesting. It is a type of hollyberry. Yes, Chris. It's called the Yaupon holly, Yaupon. The leaves are what is used to make the tea out of. Yeah. I was shocked to learn that. I didn't know. Like I said, I looked it up uh, to see if you could order the tea. And again, you can order it through. You can order it through Etsy. You can order it through Amazon. There's several other places you can order it through. Um, it is expensive, but that would be up to you if you wanted to invest in it to see if it works, or if you want to look up uh, the actual plant itself. It's called, I'm putting the name. There you go. It's called Japan holly. I put the name in chat if anybody wants to look it up to find out more about it. Linda said cheaper to drink Red Bull. Yes and no. Because if you figure if you're drinking one Red Bull and it costs almost $5 a can, you drink one cup of that coffee, even at $24 for 24 bags, you're looking at $1 a bag. If you get 50 bags for $24, you're looking at 50 cents a bag. So it's a whole lot cheaper in the long run to drink the coffee or to drink the tea than it is to drink the Red Bull. And and it's more natural than Red Bull. Believe me on that. It does not have the ingredients. I just don't do energy drinks, but if people do them, more power to you. It's just not my thing. I can't do them. Y'all, I can't even take NyQuil. It causes my heart to race. No, that would be mistletoe, Mama Linda. Mistletoe is a parasitic plant that grows on the top of trees. Uh, this is an actual bush or plant that grows up on its own. Yeah. Yeah, I always thought mistletoe is its own separate plant, but mistletoe is actually like I said, it is a parasitic plant that grows on the top of trees. And when people get it to harvest it, they actually shoot it out of the trees. Yeah, Chris, it's a holly. It's a holly plant. It's called Yaupon holly, Yaupon. It is a wild holly plant. Teresa said, I've never had an energy drink. I've never had an energy drink that I know of. But I have tried NyQuil when I was sick, and it caused my heart to race, and I thought I was dying when I took it, so I don't take that stuff no more either. Neil said fungi. Yeah, You learn all sorts of stuff when you get to looking. Okay, let's see where we're at. Okay. We're on to number 7, y'all. Get almost halfway there. Number 7. This plant is a fern before it has fully opened. You will find them emerging from the ground in spring from wet, fertile soil. What is it called? And this actually gives its name to that particular type of fern as well. Teresa says fiddle. Kim says fiddlehead fern. Linda says fiddle. Mm-hmm. Hey, Avid, welcome in. Yes, it is a fern. What type of fern is it? Avid! I'll go back and read that one more time. It says, this plant is a fern before it has fully opened. You will find them emerging from the ground in spring from wet, fertile soil. What is it called? This it does I have is good to eat. Yeah, I've been told they're good to eat. Chris has no clue here. Well, everybody that said fiddle or fiddlehead fern are correct. These are fiddleheads. And you harvest them and you cook them up. You can saute them in butter and cook them just like you would other greens and asparagus and other things like that and serve them up. Abby said it's pigtail ferns. Well, I can see where it'd be a pigtail fern too. Oh, man. And for everybody that's in here after the beginning of it, we got good news tonight. Tank is home. If you've watched Piggy's video, I hope I put it out this morning. We had pretty much figured he was gone. I let one of the cats in earlier to eat. I thought it was fancy because of the stripes. And went straight to the food. And I looked outside. I was going to let Darla in. And Fancy come running up. And I was like, all right. So I looked and I thought, okay, Gray came in. So Fancy and Darla didn't come in. I shut the door, come over here, sit down, did some stuff, get ready for tonight. And I heard the mewling. Now I thought, well, Gray wants out. And went over and looked, and it wasn't Gray, it was Tank.
I thought it sounded like Tank, but I thought, well, that can't be. He's not here.
Yeah. And I told Piggy, I said, it is Tank. It's Tank. Piggy got up out of the chair and come over and petted his boy. And then Tank went out. Then he come back in for a few minutes, let Piggy and I pet on him. And then Gray came in. So all 4 of the kitties are accounted for as of right now. And thank you, Jethro, and welcome in.
Jethro.
Yeah, and so all 4 of our kitties, like I said, accounted for. We are in a good mood right now over that. And I just thank God he's okay after being gone for 11 days. But he hadn't lost no weight, so he's obviously been eating wherever he's gone. And I'm pleased to say he looked good. So just had to share that with everybody that came in. Excuse me. Number 8. You will find this European native growing wild in lawns and cool, shady areas where the soil is moist. You can eat the leaves of this plant raw, but they taste better if cooked. What is it? Again, you will find this European native growing wild in lawns and cool, shady areas where the soil is moist. You can eat the leaves of this plant raw, but they taste better if cooked. What is it? Oh, my nose. Oh, okay. I wonder what was going on with that. Okay. There we go. Well, happy early birthday, Jethro.
Seen another year around the sun.
Bobby, welcome in.
Bobby.
Petty Jean River.
They're gone Rival.
That's Bobby. Well, happy early birthday, Miss Teresa.
Well.
Nope, not daisies, David. Though they do kind of look like small daisies. Chris says succulents. Jethro says a succulent. This is what is called chickweed. I've heard of chickweed. I had never known what chickweed was. But I agree, it does kind of look like miniature daisies. But it is chickweed. I don't even know where chickweed grows. Yeah, they're holding my niece's birthday party tomorrow. Her birthday was Wednesday, the 18th. Yeah, Wednesday. That's funny, Melinda. So I don't know, but it tastes like popcorn. Oh, that's me eating popcorn. Kind of reminds me of popcorn now, looking at them little flowers on there. But yeah, they're holding her birthday party tomorrow. She turned 70 Wednesday. So they decided to give her a birthday party over the weekend when most people could join them. June's a pretty good month for birthdays. Bobby said it don't grow here. It might grow here. I don't know, but I've never seen it. So at least I don't think I've ever seen it. But if it does grow in your area, at least now you know you can eat it, and it tastes better when you cook the leaves, even though they can be eaten raw. It tastes better if cooked. Okay. And again, these are wild edible plants, or edible wild plants, whatever you want to call them. And the next one. Number 9, this wild plant is in the sunflower family. You can spot it by its yellow flower and oval leaves growing in large colonies. It has 2 names it is known as, with one of those being the sunchoke. What is the other name? Oh, boy. Okay, again, this wild plant is in the sunflower family. You can spot it by its yellow flower and oval leaves growing in large colonies. It has 2 names it is known as, with one of those being the sunchoke. What is the other name? Teresa says Jerusalem artichoke, and Chris says daisy. Teresa says does look like a daisy to me. It looks like a daisy, but it is not a daisy. I will tell y'all that right now. It is not a daisy. And we'll give it another minute or so, see if anybody else going to answer, and then I will. It's a beautiful yellow flower. I know that. Which I've noticed a lot of these plants are beautiful plants. Jetro says don't know. Okay. Well, Teresa, you got it right when you said Jerusalem artichoke. This is a Jerusalem artichoke. Chris said it. Jerusalem artichoke. Yep. I when I hear artichoke, I'm thinking, the big flowery thing, not this, but this is what they call a Jerusalem artichoke or a sunchoke. It is an edible plant, and it is, I think, the leaves that are primarily edible. But the thing about it is, if any of y'all are interested in any of these wild plants that are edible, look them up. I just looked up edible wild plants on Google, and I would just say, see what's out there, because I found one, and all 15 of my questions come off of one website, which says 50 edible wild plants. Um, and there's more than that out there. It's just that happened to be the page that I found. And so, like I said, if you are interested in any of this, please look them up. You might find something in your area that you didn't know was there. And the thing about it is, a lot of these things that are edible are also medicinal. So you have your natural remedies there. I know, especially with the echinacea, it's supposed to be good for everybody. And I would also say, before eating any of these wild foods, to most definitely look it up to see if there are any known allergens, or if it is associated with anything that you might have an allergy to. Don't want to make anybody sicker than you have to at all. Okay. Number 10. This biennial grows in dry, sunny locations. You can eat the flowers and leaves, but they make a better tea than eaten raw. The extract of this plant is good to help detox the lungs. What is the plant? And I will tell you, this stuff is good. It definitely detoxes the lungs. And if you're a smoker and have the smoker's cough, this stuff is excellent for it. Teresa said you can also smoke it. Neil says sourdough. Kim says mullein. I need to check something. Okay, let me check something else. Okay, I got my answer on that. Teresa said it's mullen. Jetro says mullen. Melinda says mullen. Chris says sorghum. It is mullen. And I looked it up. Sourdock is a totally different plant than mullen. And no, it ain't sorghum, Chris. No, good answer. Yeah, mullen, I'm telling you right now, it is a life changer for me. I still have my cough, but I'm not congested. It's just not like I was. Been taking the mullen now for probably almost a week or more. And I tell you, that mullen works good. And if you are a smoker or former smoker, and if you have that hacking smoker's cough, I'd suggest it. Please take it. You can order the mullen drops. They have them several different locations. I got mine, I think, through Amazon, but they do have them through the Tiki Taka shop. They have them through other places. All you have to do is type in mullen. It's Mullein, and you do mullen drops. It'll pull it up, and if you type in just mullen, Mullein, first thing it shows is the mullen drops. Yeah, Bobby, I think a lot of us could if we, as I was saying earlier, if a lot of people knew what they actually had in their yards instead of just considering it all weeds, if they knew, you could live off of it as far as eating it, taking it for medicine, so many things. But I am amazed at the things that we have lost, the information we have lost about the foods and everything that our ancestors lived off of. They lived off of, especially the Native Americans. They lived off the what was grown in the wild, the foods that were in the forest and in the plains. They would harvest just what they needed and go on. And now most people don't even know what half the stuff is. It saddens me because I wish I knew more. I truly wish I knew more. All right, let's see. We're on to number 11, y'all. Number 11. This plant is hardy and grows where others might not. The white flower will sometimes have a single purple spot in the center, and the leaves look like domestic carrots. What is this plant? Yeah, Neil, you can eat dandelions. That was one of the first ones we had up earlier. There's a lot of foods out there. I mean, you're just going out looking to see what you can eat. Okay. Now, there is a plant out there that looks like this one. It's called the giant hogsweed. It is that if you encounter that one, you want to make sure that you are covered head to toe pretty much before cutting it, touching, or anything, because that one can cause blisters to pop up on you. This one, it will not. You can actually eat this one. Let's see. Neil said yarrow. Melinda says I could live high off the hog, off the weeds in my yard if I was a goat. I understand that. Kim says Queen Anne's lace. Bobby says yarrow. Jetro said yarrow. Let me check something while anybody else can.
Anybody look at something like that as seemingly simple as that looks. Really study it, see how mathematically perfect it is.
Yep.
You still can't see God in it. There's something wrong.
Okay. This is my stepbrother's favorite flower, the Queen Anne's lace. Chris, it's carrot flower. No, this is Queen Anne's lace. And I will tell you the difference. This is what I pulled up because I wanted to make sure that yarrow and Queen Anne's lace were not the same thing. It says yarrow, scientifically known as Achillea millefolium, and Queen Anne's lace may bear a resemblance to each other, but they are not the same plant. In fact, they belong to different families and have distinct flowering structures. While yarrow belongs to the Astraceae family, Queen Anne's lace, also known as wild carrot, belongs to the Apiaceae family. Okay, so it is wild carrot or Queen Anne's lace. So I don't know what that was, but something dinged. So just for everybody knows, this is Queen Anne's lace. And I will tell you right now, it will also draw the ants. Ants love this stuff because every piece of Queen Anne's lace I've ever seen in my life has been covered in ants. Chris said, feed the cat. All right, feed your cat, Chris. I don't know. I mean, it's like peonies. You plant peonies. If you go out and to pick the peony flowers, they're covered in ants. It's something about them. But I have yet to see a flower off of Queen Anne's lace um, be anything but covered in ants. All right, we are on to number 12. This plant can be used in multiple ways. Not only is it edible, but it can be used to make baskets, mats, and even used as a candle. What is it? And there are two names. I will accept either name. And they said the way to turn it into a candle is that you dip the tip there into fat or wax and then light the very, very tip of it. Well, you dip the whole top of that into the fat or wax and then light the top of it. And Teresa says cattail. Kim says cattails. Melinda says cattails. Jetro says cattails. Okay, let me do this real quick. Neil says wild corn dogs. Throw some mustard on them things and have at it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Chris says meow tails. Oh my, y'all are right. They are called cattails. The other name that I would have accepted is bulrushes.
That's not the same as the pussy willow.
That's a pussy willow.
Why they call it that, I don't know.
I don't know. I just know that the two.
Maybe I don't want to know.
The two names, like I said, that I would have accepted for this because that's the two it gave was cattails and bulrushes. But like I said, they are edible and they can be used for other multiple things as well. So I just thought that was neat. Oh, me. You never know what I'm going to come up with, do you? Hey, quit that. Quit it. Quit it. Go to the door. Go to the door. Oh, we're climbing my curtain. I know, Teresa. It makes me want corn dogs, too. All right, number 13. This particular fungi can only be found in the wild, but are worth the work to finding them. What are they? They are not grown domestically, only grown in the wild. And I know for a fact, I think that Aaron hunts them, looks for them. Yeah, Chris, corn dogs with mustard. That sounds so good. Ask him if he'll let you out. They looking at me. Tracy says morels, excuse me. Kim says morel mushroom. Will you let her out? I'm going to Mickey.
Come on, girlfriend.
So Kim says morel mushroom. Chris says morel. Neil says morels.
Let's go.
Melinda says morels. Bobby says morels. Jetro said morel mushrooms. All right, it's okay, Neil. We knew what you were talking about. And they are morels. And again, it is spelled Morels. I eat them. I eat mushrooms, so I'd eat those because I know those are a safe type to eat. But yeah, morels. I know people make good money from hunting them too and selling them. A lot of places buy those. Okay. We got 2 more to go. If I can figure out what I'm doing, y'all. I'm almost caught up to using and knowing what I'm doing on this restream stuff. Oh, cool, Chris. Thank you for that information. I don't have any apple trees or cherry trees that are close by, but I hope to one day be able to plant some. I love mushrooms. I do. I'm pitiful. Okay, we have 2 more questions. If I can find my mouse, there's my cursor. Tell you what, it gets to the point you can't see these things. Okay, number 14. As the name implies, this plant grows in dense mats in shallow running water. It is full of vitamins and nutrients. What is it? Again, as the name implies, this plant grows in dense mats in shallow running water. It is full of vitamins and nutrients. What is it? Okay. Neil says watercress. Jetro says watercress. Melinda said watercress lettuce. Chris says watercress or cress. Okay, give it another minute. I actually thought this one might stump everybody, but it didn't, did it? This is watercress. And I tell you, I like it. I've had it in salads and on sandwiches. And if you've had it, you know it has a slight peppery taste to it. It is, it's very good. Bobby's miner's lettuce. Yep, that is another name for it. Miner's lettuce, watercress. It's been a long time since I've had any, but if I had it offered, I would eat it again. I like it. It's very good lettuce. I know that. So that's one I didn't know if everybody would get or not. Y'all shocked me tonight. Y'all did good on that one. And let's see, we have one left. Let me go in here and do this. And y'all are all going to get this one. I know you are. Most of us have had the cultivated variety of this plant, but the wild version has a flavor all its own. They look like the ones grown in your garden, but they're smaller. What are they? So again, most of us have had the cultivated variety of this plant, but the wild version has a flavor all its own. They look like the ones grown in your garden, but are smaller. What are they? I think Piggy might know that one.
This one now?
It says most of us have had this cultivated variety of this plant, but the wild version has a flavor all its own.
There's strawberry.
They look like the ones grown in your garden, but are smaller. What are they?
Looks like a raspberry.
Okay, I had it with fish.
Time for the wood chip.
Teresa says wild strawberry. Melinda said strawberries. Jojo said wild strawberries. Chris says strawberries. And it's kind of funny because Piggy said it don't look like wild strawberries. It look like strawberries to him. It looks like raspberries. It is wild strawberries, Piggy. Oh, they are wild strawberries and tend to grow wild in your yard. They are good. They are edible. And that is our trivia for tonight. Yeah, we're doing good. I got to figure out what I'm going to fix for supper tonight. Plus, I've got to fix up our vitamins for the week. Oh, man. It has been it's been an exhilarating day for me, y'all. I have to say, I'm totally shocked and blown away. Was not expecting to see Tank ever again, but just goes to show when you go tomcatting around, you'll eventually show up, maybe. Oh man. Well, it is 8:20 my time, and I know there's probably other live streams going on. So I'm going to say thank y'all for joining us. I hope y'all learned something tonight. I learned something tonight, most definitely. That's right, Tracy. My kitty came back, and out of all the ones we've lost, to have one come back after 11 days is it's amazing. It really is, because usually after 5 days we've had to know that they're gone. But this one, he is a true kitty. He's a fighter. Spurline. Yeah, we used to go blackberry picking down the railroad tracks from where we lived. We would walk down the railroad tracks about a mile or so to the blackberry bushes and pick blackberries. Had tuna salad sandwich on sourdough bread and snack on popcorn. Sounds good, Melinda. That does. I got some pimento cheese in there and some chicken salad in there. I might fix me a sandwich. I don't know. That might be what we have for supper. I honestly don't know. Nothing else sounds good. I don't want to have to cook nothing because it's too hot. So we'll probably have sandwiches. And yeah, if you think about it and want to join us tomorrow night, please do so. Piggy will be on live at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time on his channel, Piggy's Piddles. So if you have time, want to stop in, please do so. We appreciate you being in there. And hope y'all join us again next week. We'll hope to have some different questions next week. And try to put out a few good videos this week for you. So we love you. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a good evening.